Hey guys, MCU Collector here with a new video and figure review. Next up is the Marvel 80 years variants or 80th anniversary variant series, the fan channel exclusives. Here we have Agent Anti-Venom. So GameStop.com got it in. A lot of the GameStop stores are getting this in now. As far as I know, none of the online retailers have gotten this yet. But I'm not sure. It looks to be only GameStop so far. So really cool. I really love the white packaging, similar to last year's Monster Venom wave where all the packaging was white. So really cool. So in this video, you'll see that I'll compare him to the original Agent Venom figure that was a Walgreens exclusive back in the Marvel Legends Infinite series. And then here we have Anti-Venom, which was also in the Infinite series, so way back when. It's been quite a few years already. So really cool. You see the Venom logo, Agent Anti-Venom, Legend series logo at the top. We get the Marvel 80 years logo in the corner, the Venom logo there. Side artwork looking very awesome of Agent Anti-Venom. Really cool. Here on the back of the package, we have a look at the figure, looking really good. And again, I like it when it shows the figure on the back of the package as opposed to the comic art, which I do really like. But why have this image on the back the same when we can have a closer look at the figure? So I really like that. Let's take a look at the bio. After exposure to the anti-venom serum, Flash Thompson becomes the newest incarnation of the anti-hero. So kind of vague description, but still works. Anyway, look at that. We're looking awesome in the package. Here is the UPC, which may not do you guys any good since it is a fan channel exclusive. You can see Hasbro switched up their UPC codes. But really cool. Let's get right to it. Let's open this bad boy up. Okay, and here is the Agent Anti-Venom figure out of the package, and he does look really good. I like the way the white and black look together. So this is the same exact figure from the original release. The only differences obviously are the paint deco, but also the gun. So the original Agent Anti-Venom came with the two silver or gray handguns. The Agent Anti-Venom comes with two black ones, and then the original came with this gun, whatever this is, but in silver, whereas the new one comes with two of the black ones. And then the original came with this black gun that actually had a little bit of paint. So the scope actually got some red paint on it. So this gun was included, but this gun is not included with this. So again, Agent Anti-Venom comes with these two of these, but in black. So that is the only difference. And then the paint deco is actually a little bit different from the original one, so it's not just inverted colors. There are some differences, and we'll kind of get into that. Now, this figure uses the really old body mold back from, I think, the late Toy Biz days, early Hasbro days, but it's the ball jointed hips that I can't stand. Like, I hate these things, and so it's kind of tough. So I had to put him at an angle, and he's kind of leaning forward. I can't stand these. And then he has the belts and everything that makes it hard to work and maneuver those things. But you know, you got to work with what you got. So it's kind of one of those unfortunate things. But really cool that the tendrils can actually hold all the different guns. He does have two trigger fingers, but it's a little bit difficult to kind of work them in there. The hands are a little bit open, a little bit more, and then there's no wrist swivel on this figure whatsoever. But let's get in closer for a look at him, and then we'll go over the articulation and then do the comparisons. Okay, so here he is up close, and again, it looks really good. The paint apps that are on here are actually done pretty clean, whereas the original Agent Anti-Venom, the white on the black didn't come out the greatest, whereas on this one, the black does come out looking much better than it did on that original one, so that looks good. Here are some differences. We get some nice silver in the biceps there with a little bit of black line work. That all looks very clean. I'm very happy with that. We get some black outline on these shoulder pads here, and again, that all looks pretty clean. We get some silver in for the buckles there. Everything else is just straight white, nothing going on there. They put in a little bit of gray in there for where the belt would actually be, so you get the gray and then the silver for the buckle. The same on this other piece that kind of goes down a little bit more down there as well. More of that silver paint here on the upper thighs, which looks good. And then here, that side holster is painted gray, and then the pistol is black. When we do comparisons, that is a little bit of a change up from the original Agent Venom figure, and then it's just the rest of it is all just white. But it does look pretty good. Take these tendrils off, and you can see the spider logo is done pretty cleanly, but somebody on Instagram pointed out that it's not real centered, and you can see that it's slightly off center. And, you know, same in the front, slightly off center. It's nothing that's going to bother me in any kind of way. But for some of you guys, it could bother you guys. I'm not really sure, you know, how you guys feel about that. I think it's subtle, that it's not real noticeable. You really have to be looking for it to notice that it's really off center. Looks good. A little bit of black on the hands, and that's it. Now let's zoom out and go over the articulation. Actually, first let's go take a closer look at these tendrils. So they look pretty good. They're actually kind of texturized. So they're not all real smooth. They're kind of bumpy in some spots, so it kind of has some texture to it. So I kind of like how that looks, especially here. You could really see the texturing in it. And then the tendrils, the way that he holds the gun, so it's kind of loose on these two sides here, but you can just kind of slip the gun right in there, and it actually holds fairly tight. And it almost looks like, you know, as far as a trigger, it can actually hold in place for where the trigger is. So that kind of works out really good. So you could just kind of take that off, take that one off, and you can kind of mix it around too, any way that you're going to want it to look. So nice little touch. Okay, so to go over the articulation for ease of use, we're going to keep the tendrils off. So the head, he can look side to side. There's almost no pivot in there, but there's a little bit. He can look all the way down. He can look up a fair amount, but the collar of this vest piece does kind of get in the way. The arms can go up very high. The shoulder pads can really move around, so it's not so much an issue there. You can still get a full rotation and everything there. There's the upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow, which works out quite well. And then there's swivel actually there at the forearm, because this whole piece, this armor piece in the hand, is all one piece. So again, there's no swivel at the wrist. It's at, you know, it's at the forearm there. But again, you're not going to get a hinge there because of that. Now there is some kind of ab crunch in there somewhere, but you're not going to get any kind of use out of it because of this top vest piece. And I don't know if it comes off. Actually, I'm looking at it. It does come off. So let's pop that off a little bit. Just kind of work around that, and you could just see that it's just a plain body underneath. And I'm wondering, is it the same as this? It looks like it's actually a different body, so I'm not sure exactly which body this uses, but it's one of those older bodies that I don't do. But you could clip this on and off if you wanted to take it off, like so. I've never taken mine off the original one at all. There is the waist swivel in there, so you can get good movement there. The legs, you got to work around it. So this whole piece comes off, and that might help you get some of the movement, because you got to hold the ball joint, turn the leg. See, I want to get these black lines to at least match up too. So there's that. God, I hate these ball hips. So you can work around it. So you can get the legs to do a full split. You can kick it out that much, can kick back that much because it's on that rotating ball. The thigh cut is there at the ball, but you have to hold the ball, then move the thigh. Gets real tricky. You get a double jointed knee. Foot hinges all the way down though. Hinges up only a tiny bit, but there is a nice ankle pivot in there. Again, the ball hip joints, just a tough one to really work around. Actually, figure doesn't look too bad without the belt piece, other than, you know, he's kind of bulky and then gets real skinny down below. So we'll get this belt piece back on. But that is the articulation. Now let's go over and see the comparison between the side-by-side shot of this guy with the original Agent Venom. Okay, so seeing the two side by side, again, the spider logos are actually very different. There's, you know, at first I thought they were the same because I hadn't really taken a good look at this guy in a long time. But they are very different. Again, you can see a lot of the black bleeding through on the white on the regular Agent Venom, whereas this one, the black is all done nicely and that's not really an issue. The shoulder pads, the top layer is all solid one color, and then they painted white underneath. But again, it's a very sloppy paint for that, whereas this one they just did a line, so there's no issue there. This actually looks fairly good on the back, but you still see some bleeding coming through there. There's actually more paint on this belt than the original. The original was just done in all black, nothing going on there, so that's some added paint, so that's kind of nice. Here, the holster, we get the gray added for the straps and the holster. The gun is just black, but on this one they actually used a silver paint for the gun with a little bit of black on the handle, and then the rest of it is all the same, just turned to white. So that's pretty good. The eyes are just white outline here. It's all black. So they look good side by side. Okay, so here is Anti-Venom next to Agent Anti-Venom. So Eddie Brock, Flash Thompson. So I think this was fairly recent within the last few years in which the Agent Anti-Venom came into play. And I think it was around the Red Goblin storyline, or Red Goblin actually killed Flash Thompson and Agent Anti-Venom. And there was something about, you know, the Venom symbiote, whether he was going to bond with Eddie Brock or with Flash Thompson. And of course, there are two, you know, perfect symbiote matches or whatever, and work well together. So I again briefly looked it up. I think it's fairly recent, but you guys, if you guys know anything more, anything specific that really stands out, you guys let me know down in the comments below. But I think it was an accident where another Anti-Venom symbiote actually bonded with Flash Thompson in some kind of accident. So it was kind of an interesting thing, but the Anti-Venom figure actually released in the Hobgoblin wave years ago, and you can see it uses the Hyperion body mold, which is not my favorite, you guys would know, but they do look very good together. The white and black I think looks awesome, and just for fun I'm going to throw in the Future Foundation Spider-Man figure into the mix here because I like the way the black and white looks together. But there it is. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited for this figure? Are you picking it up, or are those ball joint hips just the worst thing ever and you're going to pass on it? Curious? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.